Hello everybody, this is GamerGar. Welcome back to another episode of the Riverlands farm. We just got the bone meal there from completing a community quest for good old Gunther himself. That can actually come in very handy, especially over in Ginger Island, if you want to spice up the crops over there. Now, we are entering into the finale of the challenge, and this just gets better and better when it comes to fishing. We have got a farm filled up to the top with fish ponds. Most of these fish ponds have Legend 2 fish inside, so every few days we get Legend 2 raw. We're now focusing on completion, so we're going for monster eradication goals, and we just completed the monster eradication goal there for fighting skeletons. We're now going to go ahead and try to complete the monster eradication goal for void spirits. We're actually pretty close to completing these goals, so it's just a matter of going into the mines, spending 1 or 2 days and wiping out as many of these monsters as possible. While we're here, we might as well go pick up the mushrooms as well. The purple ones are especially good because they're going to give lots of health and energy. Once we're finished with the void spirits, there's still a few other things we have left to do. We need to wipe out 1000 slimes. We are very close with slimes. We also need to destroy 500 dust sprites, and then it'll be into the skull caverns, where we will fight serpents and pepper rexes. But before that, we have a lot of monster eradication goals we need to do in the regular mines. Now before the day ends, we're going to fish up a couple of squid, and we're going to turn the squid into squid bait to best prepare ourselves for the Squid Fest that's going to happen over the next couple of days. There's some really good prizes you can get from that, including a Book of Power that will enhance the way we do crab pot fishing. Now, today we are trying the challenge bait instead of the squid bait if we get a perfect catch, which is easy to do considering we have 2 cork bobbers attached to our rod. We can get 3 squid instead of 1. Challenge bait is absolutely amazing when it comes to money making. If you don't have Legend 2 fish ponds on your farm, or don't have the extended family quest, you can consider using challenge bait to triple catch tons of fish in this game and smoke them up for extra profit. Now we had 9 squid caught. We could have got 1 more to claim, one more prize, but I just wanted that Book of Power. That has a 25% chance for crab pots to give double the loot. That's absolutely amazing if you spec into crab pots so that they only give fish and they don't give trash. For the next few days, we are going to be wiping out dust sprites. Now because we have the combat mastery unlocked, we are going to get a fair share of trinket drops. We're going to get golden spurs, we're going to get parrot eggs, we're going to get different types of frogs. All of these trinkets can be sold to the Adventurers Guild for 1000 gold apiece. That's actually very good if you have huge amounts of the same trinket. Now we won't be selling those because this is primarily a fishing challenge. So we're going to end up with a chest literally filled up to the top with trinkets. The next day, Robin has completed her task. Our house is now much bigger. We are now going to fill up the entirety of this house with preserve jars. So we're going to take all of this lovely edge straw out of the current preserve jars. When we're finished, we're going to pickaxe the whole lot of them up and we're going to move them all into our house. This is going to free up the farm so we can put down a few more fish ponds. The Riverlands farm is very good in the early game, but when it comes to the late game, it pales in comparison to the other farms, and that's just my opinion, of course. Reason being, space. Space is so important to put down crops, to put down buildings, to put down anything really. But the Riverlands farm doesn't give you the space you need to thrive mid-game or late game. Even when you have Ginger Island, you got some space over there. If you compare it to the likes of the standard farm, for example, you just have way more tiles to do stuff. It was another day of the Squid Fest. I actually caught more than 10 squid this time just to get all the rewards. Now we got some nice stuff here. The seafoam pudding is especially nice. The treasure chest sells for 5000 gold. Triple shot espressos. We wouldn't be much of a fisherman if we didn't put on the squid hat, so we're going to put that straight on, and that's what we're going to be using for the rest of this challenge. Another day, another adventure into the regular mines to wipe out as many dust sprites as possible. Now I'm also using Monster Musk to increase the spawn rates of monsters. This makes monster eradication goals way easier. Another day, another collection of Legendary 2 raw. I also decided to marry Harvey because I had the resources to do so. Because it's his birthday, we start by giving him a coffee, which is a loved gift. We're going to follow up with a lovely star drop tea. We're going to give him 2 to get him up to 8 out of 8 hearts. We're then going to run into Pierre and we're going to pick up the bouquet. This will extend Harvey's maximum heart capacity to 10. Once we get to 10, we can marry him. Now we're going to do all this in literally 1 day. So we just give him the bouquet there and we're going to give him 1 more star drop tea. Because it's his birthday, it brings him straight up to 10, and that's how easy it is to get married in this game now with star drop teas. We fished up a load of those over the past couple of weeks. Now we almost had the dust sprite monster eradication goal complete. The reason for the staircases is to spam floors until we find pepper rexes. They can be quite rare in the skull caverns. We're going to go to Robin. She's going to make another fish pond for us, because we now have the space to do so. We're going to check out the monster eradication goals very quickly. The slimes are now done. Avoid spirits, bats, skeletons, cave insects, duggies. What we need here now are serpents, pepper rexes, and dust sprites. Now we're very close to the serpent count and the pepper rex count, so 1 or 2 visits to the Skull Cavern is all we need. We also unlocked quite the few rings. The Savage Ring is particularly handy. You get a speed boost every time you slay a monster. That is actually an essential ring for our speed build. What we basically have is a speed / critical strike build. If you stack your character with speed buffs, for example triple shot espresso, magic rock candy or something else that gives you a speed buff, you then have your golden spur trinket and you have your savage ring, your character can go lightning fast every time you slay a monster, especially if you land a critical strike. And it's amazing how fast you can get from one side of a dungeon room to the other when you're going that fast. Because it's Monday, it was time for another key quest. Fingers crossed we're going to get the extended family. It wasn't meant to be this week, but you know what? You can't get it every week. We had a choice, keys, kindness, or let's play game. You know what? I decided to go for the Junimo cards. But before we play Junimo card, we're just going to experience a lovely scene here with myself and Harvey, using Marcelo's balloon to go up and try to conquer Harvey's fears of heights. Harvey is absolutely terrified of heights. Once we're finished with that cool cutscene, we're going straight back into the regular mines and we are fighting more dust sprites. Now we should be able to clear the monster eradication goal for dust sprites today because we have been wiping these things out left, right and centre over the past couple of days. The night market also opened as well, so we're just going to run down here and pick up a painting of the Red Eagle. You can only get this once a year. We're also going to experience the lovely mermaid show, and once the show is finished, because we had the secret note, we were able to hammer in the secret code and pick up a pearl as well. And a pearl is a universal loved gift, very handy if you don't have anything else to give to someone, especially on their birthday. Believe it or not, golden pumpkins and pearls are actually quite common if you stock up on treasure troves. And all you need to get those are omni geodes. You can trade them in to the desert trader, and treasure troves are something we're going to be getting tons of in the next few in-game days, because we also want to complete the museum before the year is out. We are now on day 100, and normally this is where I stop the challenge because I played through 100 days, but I'm actually going to play through one whole year. So you are going to get one more episode of this Let's Play, and that will be the final episode then. But let me know in the comments what you thought of this Let's Play. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to change the next time I do a Let's Play, or if you want them longer or shorter. So we just completed the monster eradication goal for dust sprites. We also obtained our last mastery level as well, so we're going to take the foraging. You'll feel Grandpa's hand patting your shoulder, and there you go. By day 100 we managed to max out all of our skills and max out mastery. We're going to go back down to the night market now. We're going to pick up another painting here, because if you put time and effort into your house, into your farm, you can make it look really good. It's something I never do in this game, but the paintings are quite nice. I also used a rain totem. It's going to rain the next day so we can get the mermaid pendant to marry Harvey. Despite the fact that it's winter, you can force it to rain if you activate a rain totem. Just make sure the next day isn't an event day, otherwise you're not going to get rain. We also went into the greenhouse and got our sweet gem berry. We're going to bring that to the secret woods, and we're going to get another star drop. It would also be nice if we were able to get all of the star drops in year 1 as well. So what we're truly aiming for here now is capture all the fish, which we have done, make over 10 million gold, complete all monster eradication goals, and complete the museum. If we can get all the star drops, it would be a bonus. And that should bring us up to, I'd say, maybe 50% completion, if not more, when it comes to getting perfection. And I've gotten perfection so many times now. It's just another day for me. I know the best tips and tricks in the game to get perfection as quickly as possible. I wasn't aiming for perfection in year 1, but it's something I might do in the near future. It would be nice to see if I can get perfection in just one in-game year. Obviously, we would have to buy some of the percentages, because you can't get Kent until year 2. It was another day in the Skull Caverns to try to get some monster eradication goals. We made it down to floor 100. We picked up the Iridium Snake Milk that increases our health by 25. It's a brilliant upgrade. The next day starts with a collection of more roe. I know I showed this a lot, but it's just so satisfying to pick up so much roe. We're going to go to the old marina because it's raining and purchase the mermaid pendant for 5,000 gold. We're going to go straight to Harvey now with this, ask Harvey to marry us, and he will oblige, of course. Who wouldn't want to move into a farm filled up to the top with fish ponds? Speaking of fish ponds, we're going to go visit Robin, and she is going to build yet another fish pond for us. Because remember, one of the original challenges We want the farm to be literally filled up with as many fish ponds as possible. Now a lot of these fish ponds will be empty, so I'm really hoping for another extended family quest before the challenge is finished. I had 3 prismatic shards and said, you know what, let's just get a magic rock candy because I wasn't going to use the shards for anything else at this stage in the game. So we're just wiping out more serpents and pepper rexes today. There's just a handful of pepper rexes to go, and because you're spamming staircases, we are occasionally coming across these prehistoric floors. And there we go, that is the monster eradication goal done for the pepper rexes. All that was left now was the serpents, so it's just a handful more serpents now, and that's another goal achieved, and there we have it. It didn't take too long to get the serpents in the bag. So we now have the Monster Slayer Hero achievement unlocked, one step closer to perfection. Now if you want to see me do an extension of this challenging goal for perfection on the Riverlands farm, let me know, it's something I may consider. We're now trying to complete the museum. We've got over 75 Omni Geodes. I got Clint to break open the whole lot of them. We need one mineral, which is known as the hematite, and it just wasn't popping up until the very last Omni Geode. I thought it was so funny that it popped up in the very last one because I was starting to panic a bit. We now have all of the minerals done, but what we need now are the artifacts. So we need to get our hands on treasure troves, and the best way to get treasure troves is to get tons of Omni Geodes. So if we respec mining so that there's a chance we can get double Omni Geodes, that's what we're going to do. The Napalm ring is one of my favourite rings in the game, and the burglar ring is another great ring to get more loot off monsters. Let's take a look at the monster list. So all of the golds are finished, which is nice. All of the rings have been claimed. As of this moment in time, let's just see how much money we can make. All of this edged row is going to sell for huge amounts of money. Like, this farm has the potential to bring in almost 1 million gold every week or 2 weeks because of the amount of Legend 2 fishing ponds we have on the farm. Each Legend 2 row sells for over 7,000 gold, and we're getting tons of it every single day. We're not using kegs, we don't have starfruit, we just have legendary fishing ponds. 850,000 gold for the stack of aged Legend 2 row right there. I feel like the other legendary fish should be balanced a little bit, especially the glacier fish, because that fish is so difficult to fish up, and because primarily you need to wait until winter. I feel like that row should go for a lot more than its initial price. So we're now playing some Junimo card, and I managed to get to 50,000 points after numerous attempts. I'm not the best when it comes to Junimo card, but I am good enough where I can occasionally get the 50,000 points and claim the reward for the key gems. I've never actually cleared Junimo card before. With all of the key gems I have accumulated, I'm going to get 3 deconstructors. Reason being, these are the best things in the game to accumulate stone. We just have to put some staircases inside. I'm also going to pick up some key seasonings as well, and for the rest of the day, we are going to do a little bit of fishing. I just fished up the decorative trash can there from the fountain, which was nice. That'll make for a nice decoration in our house. We're now going to go behind the movie theatre here. The secret note says behind the community centre. Because we went the Georgia route, the correct route, the community centre is now gone, and the theatre takes its place, which in my opinion is way better than the Georgia mark closing up, because then, you know, there's a lot of people that are unemployed. So take my advice, folks. The true righteous way to play Stardew Valley is absolutely the Georgia way, because you're keeping people employed and you have access to more resources such as auto peddlers. So we made over 1 million gold today from selling aged roe. Let's take a look at the breakdown. As we can see, the legend roe is the king. All the other legendary roe pales in comparison, even the crimson fish roe, you know. Now look, the other legendary roe is still pretty nice, and all legendary roe sells for way more than all of the regular fish, even lava eel roe. So if you don't have a legend 2, consider just making fish ponds for the other legendary fish, because it's still nice money and it's free money. You just have to wait around, check it every morning, see if you get roe or not. Because we had some key seasoning, we're going to make some ginger ales, gold star ginger ales. This would give us a luck +2 instead of a luck +1. Believe it or not, I hadn't obtained one single lucky ring in this whole challenge. So we're going to spend the last day of this episode using our pan, and there you go. The very first pan of the day yielded a lucky ring for us. We equipped that ring straight away, we ended up getting another lucky ring. So that's 2 lucky rings within a matter of a few in-game hours. That's just how OP panning actually is. We also have our lovely pan here, enchanted with the generous buff. So we're going to get a lot more from the panning spots. And if you just take a look at the sheer amount of diamonds we're getting from this, coal, golden mystery boxes, geodes, all of these things are going to come in so handy for future skull carving runs and other bits and pieces. So we are going to leave it here. Thanks so much everyone for watching these Let's Plays. I really do appreciate you. I hope you all have a great week and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.